Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Blind. Now I'm here running some debt collection for Tracer Tong.
Good job, Lao Wei. I see you found the first relay. Now hack it and turn off its security protocols.
I mean, first of all, he's not Tracer Tong, he's just Tong, and second of all, I guess I'm not doing it for him directly, I'm doing it for his bartender, but presumably that's still Tong's money, so I wasn't that far off.
Access granted.
Okay.
One down, two to go, my friend.
So where is the next one? Are they all in this district at least? That would be... yeah, I think they are. That would at least be less annoying than going around. I guess this is the second one.
Access granted.
Good. Second relay is down. Only one remaining.
Okay. And I guess the third one... I know where that is. That's near the bell tower complex of apartments. But I don't quite remember how I got there in the first place. Though I'm pretty sure I can get there like from over here. Yeah, and it was like on the side here.
Access granted.
Excellent work. I'm starting the triangulation now. Should have a location very soon. And... I've got it. Jaya is hiding in an apartment building called the Hengsha Court Gardens in the Yuzhao district. I'm sending you her coordinates. Get over there and get us the money she owes.
Okay, that's pretty weird, considering the building is under lockdown by bell tower. But I'm still glad that I'm nearby.
Who are you? Another one of Tong's thugs? Well, get out! I told him I won't pay another credit.
But, like, why? Like, is she just stuck up? Like, I'm not sure what her problem is. They did agree that they will lend her the money, so she must have known from the beginning that she would have to pay it back someday. That's how, lending money works. So...
Look, I know this is not an ideal situation, and I'm not proud that I gotta do this. But Tong's crew wants the money you owe them.
Oh, you poor boy. Having trouble dealing with the dirty job you have to do? And I should feel sorry for you? Reality check, taxman. You're here to steal money from me.
Stealing? They got you the augmentation you needed, and they expect you to pay for it. Not the most charitable thing to do, but I would hardly call it stealing.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
my
really
position.
that gullible? Tong doesn't run a buy now, pay later operation. It's more like a buy now, pay forever. Listen, I just started as a broker. Most other brokers come from rich families. They paid for augments that give them an incredible edge in the business. There's no way I could afford anything like that through legal channels.
So you cut a deal with a crime syndicate.
I didn't study this hard to end up with nothing. Once I made enough money, I offered to pay for the aug. But no, what they want is part of my monthly profits. They say they're entitled to it since it's their upgraded enhancement chip that helped me make that money.
Well, I guess a lot depends on whether it has been the part of the original agreement, but I assume it has not been because she's talking they changed their mind, which is definitely dirty.
Couldn't you work without the augment? You wouldn't have gotten into so much trouble if you'd played by the rules.
Play by the rules? Let me tell you a little story about playing by the rules. I come from a poor family. My father, my mother, my 2 sisters, and 3 brothers, none of them ever amounted to much. When I tried to do better, when I made efforts in school, they said I was wasting my time. I got into business school, and again, they said I was wasting my time. That I could never compete with all those rich kids and their tutors and extra classes.
But you did.
I did. I finished top of my class, without the extra help and special attention, only through blood, sweat, and tears. And then what did my classmates do? They cheated. They once again bought their way to success. And what did my family say? That I had wasted my time. I was just supposed to accept defeat after all the efforts I've made? No. No way.
How did you meet Tong?
The same way most people end up meeting Tong. I was hurt, and one of his hounds smelled blood. They came to me and offered me help. I was intelligent enough to know it was a bad idea, but angry enough not to care.
How much are they asking from you?
A couple hundred credits every month. Doesn't look like much, but in the long run, let's just say they made a very lucrative deal. Especially if you consider I'm not their only client.
Yeah, to be honest, I will not use the pheromones on her because her version of the situation makes it look a little bit different, and I'm very much interested in getting to the bottom of that. If Tong's men really did change the rules of the agreement in the middle, then that's definitely dirty, and I would like to help her if I can.
Listen, maybe I can speak to one of Tong's men. Try and get you off the hook.
You would do that? I thought you were just another one of his mindless thugs. It's hard to properly express what this could mean for me.
Don't thank me yet. I can't guarantee they'll listen. but I'll try.
Okay, I really hope I will not have to... Wait, I was in this very room before I dragged an unconscious freaking body into it, and I'm 100% sure she was not there. So that's definitely weird, but I hope I will not be forced to go back here to return the quest, because that's going to be more than a little annoying. Frick. Okay, that's... I'm mightily annoyed by what just happened. It is my own fault, but still, that doesn't rule out being annoyed. You can quite easily be annoyed by things that are your own fault in the first place. Okay, so I'll go back to the Hive to talk with the bartender about maybe letting the dead go. Maybe I can use the pheromones to convince him. Although, to be honest, that doesn't seem exactly fair either. Like, they did help her, and they did agree that she would pay them back, so the ideal solution for me would be if they agreed for a one-time payment, you know.
What can I get you?
Hey, about that job?
You found Jaya yet? You need to get back the money she owes us.
What's it gonna take for you to leave Zhao alone for good?
I don't understand. Didn't you get the money?
I know about the Shylock scam you're running. Get her the augment she wants and then bleed her with monthly payments for the rest of her life. I want to know what it's gonna take for you to leave her alone for good.
A cyborg with a heart of gold, are we? Tell you what, Guaylo. You give me a year's worth of payments and she's free.
That's pretty much all of my money. I doubt she even has that much money, so she's probably not going to reimburse me. So the only thing I get out of this is a warm, fuzzy feeling in my stomach, whatever, in my heart of hearts. I don't really... Like, I really wanted to buy a praxis kit, and if I pay him, then I'll be pretty much left at 0 credits. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, what the hell.
You're too kind a man. A fine specimen of humanity. Here's your money. Now you better leave her alone.
Don't make threats you can't enforce. But yes, she's off the hook. Here, take this praxis kit. It's top-notch, so have fun.
Wait, why did he give it to me? That doesn't make sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with that, because basically that's exactly what I wanted to do with the money anyway. I wanted to buy a praxis kit at the clinic, and it seems I got exactly that, just not at the clinic. But I still don't understand, why would he do it? Shouldn't he be angry with me? Like, I basically destroyed his scam to earn money for the rest of the girl's life in exchange for a one-time payment. So I'm not sure why is he okay with that, and why did he reward me with a pretty costly item. Like, in fact, the cost of the item that he has given me is, on the free market, apparently, the exact same as the amount of money I've given him in the first place. So it doesn't make sense at all. Like, I totally don't understand that. It's almost like the developers wanted you to not feel like you've lost something, you know. They wanted to reward you for acting decently, which I think is a bad approach, because I think in role-playing games sometimes the feeling that you've done what you wanted to do, that you've done something in accordance with your personal philosophy of role-playing your character, should be enough of a reward sometimes. You know, I was prepared to lose that money entirely, and for my only thanks to be, you know, the gratitude of that woman. So I think that's a little backwards, and I think it doesn't make sense even within the universe of the game itself. So that's definitely weird.
Come on.
But you know what? I have a bunch of those. Whoa, 5 praxis kits now, so it's quite a lot. So I probably should start upgrading something. Now, I was looking into. This has energy consumption none, and at the highest level you can get minus 45% damage, which is quite a hefty upgrade. So you know what, I think I'll actually buy all of this, and this should help me survive a lot longer, especially like during boss fights and stuff. So there is that, and it's a lot easier for me to control because it's automatic, so I don't have to.
Jensen, I was on my way out.
What are you doing here, Malik? I told you I got this one.
I know. I didn't do anything. Trust me. Van Bruggen's all yours.
Hang on a second. Something's wrong. What is it? Why are you here?
It's nothing. I mean, can't a girl have secrets?
Okay, I'm not going to use the pheromones on her, because I treat the relationship with her as like the most personal. Well, one of the most personal ones out of the ones that Jensen has, and it just feels kind of dirty. I'll try to just, you know, keep on a friendly level with her, and maybe she'll confide in me eventually.
Of course, but I can tell something's bothering you. And I'm concerned. What's going on?
I just had to look into something. For a friend. She deserved better.
I'm listening.
Fine, since you're so damn curious. Years ago, I used to live here, remember? My friend, my best friend, Evelyn. She was like a sister to me. Made living here fun. But then there was an accident. She's dead.
I'm sorry, Malik.
Wait, Jensen, let me finish. I thought I was okay with it, but I know she didn't just die. She was killed. Murdered. Her damn scumbag boyfriend did it. I know he did. I knew he was trouble right from the start, but she just wouldn't listen to me.
Malik, easy. If your friend was murdered, the police would have suspected something. They would have investigated.
That's just it. There was no investigation. They said she fell down a flight of stairs like it was some kind of freak accident. But her wounds, the way she died, they don't add up. It's right here in the damn blood spatter analysis.
Blood spatter? You've seen the police report?
Yes. A friend left a copy of it in a pod here for me to pick up. Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but I think there's been a cover-up. I just have to prove it. If I could get my hands on the autopsy report, the one that never surfaced, I know I'd get the truth. Except...
Why do I suspect I'm about to get dragged into something?
Look, Jensen, I'm sorry. I know Van Bruggen is the priority here, and I told you it was my business and I could take care of it. It's just... the more I think about it, the more I realize I'm in over my head. I'm just a pilot. I'm not a damn cop. But I need to know the truth.
Yeah, I would gladly help her, and to be honest, I'm a little dismayed at how annoyed Jensen sounds at this. Like, I really want to help her. I kind of like her. I think she's a nice person and someone who's clearly fun to hang around with. I don't care about the reward, to be honest.
This autopsy report, once you got your hands on it, what were you planning on doing next?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm a pilot, not a cop. But I felt I had to do something while I had the chance. Maybe once you get the report and we know what it says, we can improvise.
What a great plan.
Tell me about Evelyn.
She was beautiful, carefree, loved to have a good time. I met her during my internship for a private transportation and logistics firm here in Shanghai. She was a great pilot, too. Knew how to feel the currents, to push the bird just so. Too bad her talents for reading the wind didn't translate to reading guys.
How so?
She was always getting into trouble with the wrong crowds. And it always had to do with some boy. She knew I didn't like him. Her boyfriend at the time, Lee. It drove a wedge between us, and when we parted ways, it wasn't amicable.
I understand.
She was a good girl, Jensen. She deserved better.
Why do you suspect Evelyn's boyfriend had something to do with her death?
Because he was poison, right from the start. Born into money and influence, but never once assuming responsibility for anything. I don't think he's worked an honest day in his life.
So he was a wealthy, pig-headed asshole. If that was reason enough to accuse someone of murder, half the world would be in the pen.
No, there's more to it than that. He's known for violent outbursts, domestic altercations. He nearly killed a kid over some stupid gambling feud. The problem is, his family made him untouchable, even to the police.
And Evelyn was okay with all of this?
She always tried to see the good in people, give him the benefit of the doubt. You could say that's just being naive or even stupid, but I think she was just innocent.
You said you've seen the police report. Who gave it to you?
An old friend who was also a good friend of Evelyn's. He used to work for the Shanghai PD. He left a copy of it along with a few other things concerning Evelyn in a pod here for me to look at. He also left some instructions on how to contact someone at Lim for the autopsy report he's convinced was intentionally buried.
Why would Lim have anything to do with Evelyn's autopsy report?
Well, if you haven't noticed, the Chinese government has been outsourcing branches of its public services for years. Bell Tower polices the streets, and nowadays Lim does more than just cosmetic surgery. They're often contracted for special cases like Evelyn's.
And what made Evelyn's case so special, you think?
Her boyfriend, Lee. He was at the scene. He had Evelyn's blood on him and tested positive for alcohol and drugs in his system. With his rap sheet, it wasn't looking good for him. But his family, they're on a lot of boards with deep pockets and a lot of reach. They wouldn't suffer the embarrassment of having their son indicted on a suspected murder charge.
Okay. Yeah, of course, I'll do it.
Okay, I'll help. What do you need me to do?
My lead, he works for Lim. He's a systems technician who apparently has access to their entire database. He's willing to hand over a copy of Evelyn's autopsy report.
So you want me to meet him and get the report, is that it?
Yes, but he'll only respond to a certain phrase. Death and life have their determined appointments. To which he'll reply, riches and honors depend upon heaven.
Christ, Malik, this is starting to sound like something out of a bad spy movie.
I know, he's just trying to protect himself. I didn't pick the damn quote. So just play along and remember the line, okay? You'll find him inside the lobby of the Lower Hengsha Lim Clinic.
Does this guy have a name?
None that I know of. But he apparently goes by the handle Anonymous X. I know.
Anonymous X. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, before I forget, everything concerning Evelyn's incident, newspaper articles, the police report, Lim details, it's all inside pod 009 here in the hotel. You should read over everything if you can.
Pod 9. Got it.
I need to go. Contact me with any updates and... Thank you. I really appreciate this, Jensen.
Okay. So, while I'm here, I will check both the pod with the information about the case and the pod relating to Van Bruggen.
Our best chance at doing this is to modify
So I think I've explored most of those once already. Yeah, electrogravitic something. It's about the parachute. I didn't explore the vent though. So let's check it. Okay, that isn't particularly helpful, to be honest. It just leads me back to the lower floor, where the janitor is working. I guess it could be useful in like an escape scenario, but I'm not sure how plausible something like that even is at this location.
Doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination of ion seeding and geothermal management.
Well, I guess pod 009 would be on an even lower floor, but I didn't see any pods there, to be honest.
Millionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally to deny allegations of involvement in secret United Nations meetings.
Yeah, because it's 100 something here.
My visit to Prague was related exclusively to the project which has consumed all of my attention.
You're referring to the Panchea project, the cooperative global initiative.
Ah, okay. Those are the zeros.
Our best chance of doing it.
Of course he should. Everyone should be
Okay.
wary of China. They've been moving in on everything American in the past 25 years, especially since that Dragon Queen Zhao took over TYM. I feel weird even talking about this because when it's all said and done, both Sarif and Zhao are cut from the same cloth. And that cloth is a blood-soaked one, people. Not only because they're both CEOs who profit off people carving themselves up and attaching mechanical toys to their bodies, but because they both answer to our overlords, or order lords as I like to call them. Hey look, at the end of the day, one of these two biotech corporations will have a monopoly over the industry, and we all know, whoever controls the technology controls the world. So take a pick of your poison, followers.
Okay, so apparently the Dragon Queen Zhao is not a leader of a triad, at least not officially. Instead, she is the CEO of Tai Yong Medical, the largest Chinese cyber augmentation company. Okay, so I guess Fly Girl is Malik's like nickname. And this is her friend at the police department talking. And DOA would be dead on arrival. inconclusive data. Okay, what about this? Ah, it's an article from like a newspaper, I guess, about the accident. Okay, that's interesting, because it says here that 60% of all recorded accidental fatalities each year are apparently rooftop related, which seems to be like a thinly veiled cover for like illegal stuff, you know. Somebody gets assassinated and then they bribe the police and pin it on an accident involving falling from the roof or something. Okay, now I also need to get to the third floor and see the
Log on to www.picusweb.com. This is Eliza Cassan.
About the hacker guy. I hope that will not impede the later progress of Malik's quest, because I would definitely want to do that.
Millionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally.
Forget it, man. You're not my type.
This isn't a booty call, Van Bruggen. This is about you and some friends of yours I met in Detroit.
Detroit? Yeah, okay. I got it now. You at Sarif, right? You were there when I had to pull the plug.
So you admit it. You were running a mole.
The heck, man. Just the heck. Worst decision I ever made taking that gig. As you can obviously see.
You attack my people, Windmill. You hope to walk away from this. You tell me what you know.
Down, boy. I've got no allegiance to that backstabbing bitch who hired me. Especially after she painted a target on my back. The girl you want is Zhao Yunru, Tai Yong Medical CEO.
Tai Yong Medical? They're Sarif's biggest competition.
How do you think they got that way? Zhao doesn't like competition, see? So she uses hack attacks, blackmail, extortion, anything she can do to destabilize him. No offense, but Sarif was just the latest in a long line.
You got any proof of this?
There's a surveillance recording in the Tai Yong Tower. I stashed it on the server in case I ever needed an insurance policy.
Not a very smart place to hide it, seeing as you don't work there anymore.
Things got hot before I could move it. And now, I got you to get it for me. Of course, you can't just walk into that place. You're gonna need an employee card encoded with your biometrics to use the TYM shuttle.
Let me guess. You're gonna tell me where to get one.
Hey, I'm always prepared. There's a certain security guard, likes to dabble with the ladies. You'll find him at the Hung Hua Hotel top floor corner room. Sneak in, snatch the card while he's otherwise engaged, and bring it back here so I can code it with the biometrics in your passport.
I was there when you flatlined that Mo, Van Bruggen. You think I'm gonna trust you?
You have to if you want that evidence. Now run along, Sarif, man. And don't get too distracted watching the action.
Okay, I'm actually a little annoyed at the prospect of having to run back here after getting the car, but I guess it is what it is.
The project which has consumed all of my attention.
So I guess now I will go to the limb clinic to investigate the case of Malik's friend's death.
Our best chance at doing this is to modify ocean temperatures through a combination of ion seeding and geothermal.
Now, unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't have enough money to afford the praxis kit from the clinic. So we'll have to wait. Where would the clinic be? Over here. So I guess I need to go back where I originally came from. And now go like to a lower level. A limb clinic over here, I guess. This is just the access to the sewers. Okay, I'm definitely confused. I definitely need to go to the lower level. Okay, I guess I might as well go to the hotel now that I'm here. I even know which one of the guys that is, because I've actually snuck into his room earlier. At the very beginning, in fact. It was like a security guard that got alerted, and then I got a little bit spooked and left. And that's a
You have saved not just me,
nice
Miss
T-pose.
Jess, but all the girls here from a fate worse than death.
Press the lower level button and prepare to enter. Hell, this is where TYM and other corporations show their plan for
Jensen, you got any news yet? You know I hate being left in the dark.
Yeah, I found Van Bruggen. Looks like the Tai Yong Medical Corporation hired him and the mercs to destabilize us.
TYM? They already have the lion's share of the global augmentation market. Why use Van Bruggen?
In order to get that share. Hopefully I'll be able to prove it once I get this smart card back to Van Bruggen.
You need backup, let me know.
Yeah, but first I would like to go to the limb clinic. And that's the Hive. Like, it pretty obviously says limb clinic this way, but the only thing I see here is the entrance to the sewers. And this is the basement of the hotel.
technological marvel of a city.
Guess I can sell the revolver.
You look here. You make me poor. Deal with you, no fun.
Okay.
This is where
Ah, okay. I totally missed that. I guess this has to lead somewhere, right? Yeah, limb clinic right here. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but I totally recognize that it's my fault.
You need praxis software? Neural protein? Something else? Look at computer. You come back if you change your mind.
Okay, so I guess I have to sneak into one of the back rooms. Or is it near the clinic? Anonymous X in the clinic lobby. And he's supposed to respond to like a password.
再见。
您是来横沙做手术的吗？
我知道这个会给我更多的机会。
哎，非常可悲。
我
但是
一般不和
要在
陌生人
横沙
说话
往上爬，就需要加强装备。
Wait, he may also be over here.
您是来横沙做手术的吗？
It definitely says works at the limb clinic, waiting in the lobby by the hat. That's not a hat, that's a helmet.
One moment. You are not a harvester. We have had the occasional problem with them stealing from limb clinics.
Oh, I guess it's this guy.
Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother someone else.
Oh, and he has a Chan hat. Death and taxes. Okay, I'm kind of tempted by this. Because I'm supposed to say this, right? Okay, I'll risk it.
Something, death and taxes, Confucius.
What? Wait, that's not it at all. That's not even close.
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. Otherwise, how am I supposed to know your... You were supposed to say, death and life have their determined appointments. Then I say, riches and honors depend upon heaven.
Okay. Death and life have their determined appointments.
Riches and... Oh, never mind. You ruined the whole thing. Just meet me outside the clinic. It's safer for us to talk out there. Turn left from the front and go down the stairs. I'll be waiting at the corner.
Okay, it was totally worth it, but I still question his judgment. Like, all of those people could hear us, so that was literally the worst place to discuss any kind of illicit activity, and if we were supposed to do that at all, then at the very least he could be like using some code words, code words, you know, like for example say cleaning instead of investigation, or you know what, something like that, you know, just so that the other people standing nearby wouldn't immediately know what we were doing and talking about.
That was hardly what I would call a smooth interaction. I could get into serious trouble for this, you know.
Sorry, I'm new to this spy game stuff.
Right. Well, you're not exactly what I was expecting. I was told I would be meeting a girl.
How do I know you're not an imposter or some sort of double agent? Don't think I don't know this could all just be an elaborate trap to set me up.
Look, no offense, Mr. X, or whatever your name is, but I really don't have time for this. So if you could simply just give me what I came for, I'll be on my way.
Yes, yes. I have it right here. Evelyn Carmichael's autopsy report. Here, take it.
Thank you.
I trust you will put this information to good use, because accountability and justice is at an all-time low, I'm afraid. It pains me to see this once great city, which stood as a bastion for reform and progress against our oppressive communist origins, succumb to the trappings of corporate bureaucracy and petty corruption. Corruption so often typical of your Western governments.
Whatever you say. Now, if you don't mind, I really must be going.
Well, there is still the matter of my payment. 1,000 credits was the agreed-upon price, I believe. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think I am going to pay him. It seems... Although, I guess this is a good point, but if they agreed on that, then who am I to interject? And there isn't, like, I was hoping there was maybe a way to persuade him to drop the price, but if there isn't, then I guess, yeah.
And what were you just saying about corruption?
A deal is a deal. Surely your handlers informed you of this little detail.
No, my handlers failed to mention this little detail. Never mind. Just take your money. This report better be worth it.
Oh, I assure you it is. Whoever it was that didn't want this information given to the proper authorities paid a lot of money to have it ignored. A pity for them, LIM policy strictly prohibits deletion of records concerning operational procedures. For legal purposes, you see.
Legal, right. Nice doing business with you, X.
Okay.
I trust you'll show the utmost discretion with this most sensitive.
So let's read the report then. Okay, apparently this X guy felt the need to quote philosophers in this report. He's kind of like a nerdy guy, you know. I think he treats this almost like a game, like he fancies himself a revolutionary of sorts, you know, opposing the corruption of the government or whatever. But his approach to this seems a little bit infantile, and I guess this might be another point, you know, for that. Asphyxiation by seizure. Oh. She was pregnant at the time.
Malik, I just got the autopsy report. No drugs or alcohol in Evelyn's system. And her estimated time of death doesn't fit Lee's story. She did die from a head wound, but not one that matches the evidence found at the scene.
I knew it. It couldn't have been just an accident.
There's more. Evelyn was pregnant. Malik?
I'm here. We can't let him get away with this, Jensen. He's guilty. He has to be. Can you go to his apartment?
And do what?
Get proof. Get something. I'm sending you the coordinates. Contact me again when you're there.
Okay, is it in that other district? Yep.
You're referring to the Panchaea project, the cooperative global initiative that
Now I need to find my way back. Wait, maybe this is actually another way I could go. Yes, it seems I am indeed in the other district. Oh frick.
You shouldn't be here. Get moving.
Okay. But how do I exit this area then? If I can't go in here and I can't go in here. Oh, actually I can. I came from inside their perimeter, which seems weird that this guy...
Sorry pal, no one's allowed in right now.
This guy didn't notice. Okay, so... yeah, I'm not at all good at finding my way around. This leads to the bell tower complex, and I don't think I'm going back in there. Ah, okay, I think I know where that is. There is a locked gate right over here. Okay, but this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save here. And that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!